Hey, thank you so much for tuning in to Instrumental Intel. I'm your host, music producer, Chick with Beats, and I'm glad that you've joined me today. Today's episode has got just a little bit of music industry news. Of course, it's got instrumentals produced by me for your inspiration. And later, my special guest, RayBone Jones, will be coming to join me, talking about lessons in longevity and turning your passion into a legacy. So it's going to be a great time. Before I go ahead and drop that first beat, I gotta give a shout out to my home station, Grander Radio out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And with that, let's go. Alright, I'm back with the Music Biz Brief. Of course, towards the end of the year, the news cycles start to slow down a little bit, but do have some interesting tidbits for you. First up, Universal Music Group and Amazon Music have renewed their global licensing agreement, ushering in what UMG calls Streaming 2.0. This partnership aims to enhance artist fan engagement through exclusive content, new product innovation, and artist-centric royalty models that benefit established artists and combat streaming fraud. The agreement also highlights Amazon's expansion into audiobooks and live stream content, aligning with both companies on safeguarding human artistry and addressing challenges from AI-generated music. Next up, Audius wraps 2024 with a new licensing deal with ICE, which is the International Copyright Enterprise, a hub that represents over 330,000 rights holders. The multi-territory agreement ensures royalties for music used globally on decentralized music platforms. This follows earlier deals with Cobalt, ASCAP, BMI, and others, solidifying Audius's commitment to supporting artists and sustainable growth in digital music ecosystems. Alright, and finally, Def Jam Recordings is stepping into the FAST, which is free ad-supported streaming TV arena, with new music-focused channel on Tubi, launched by UMG's Mercury Studios. So this marks Def Jam's 40th anniversary, and the channel will feature a mix of long and short-form content. The move aligns with the broader rise of music-themed fast channels, following efforts by Warner Music Group and others to expand into ad-supported streaming. Alright, that's it for this episode's music news. I'm going to take a quick pause for the cause, and then I'll be right back with my special guest, RayBone Jones, right after this. Keep it locked. Hey, I'm a chick with beats, multi-genre music producer and strategist to indie artists and labels. Visit achickwithbeats.com for resources for artists and instrumentals in various genres available for songs, vlogs, podcasts, themes, TV, film, commercials, and more. Once again, that's achickwithbeats.com. That's achickwitbeatz.com. Let's make something happen. Thank you so much for tuning in to Instrumental Intel. I'm your host, music producer, Chick with Beats, and I'm excited to say that I have in the virtual building with me today, RayBone. I mean, one of the illest DJs I've ever seen. Just so ill with it. And, you know, for years, I've seen like the viral post that went on with the disco doesn't suck, you just can't dance. But yeah, if you could, well, first of all, let me say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk with me. But if you could, just let the listeners know a little bit, who is RayBone Jones, like how you got into DJing, your connection with music, and all that good stuff.
Okay, so what up, though, to everybody? Can everybody hear me?
Oh, yeah, you good.
All right, good. What up, though, again, everybody from Detroit, from all of the states, all over the world. I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to have you interview me. And it's a lot of things that you and maybe the world can figure out from me that, they've been asking and wondering. And I'm willing to disclose a lot of those things. So I've been DJing now for over 40 years. My music production, I could say, will probably start at underground and getting everything together. I would probably say maybe about 98. I really didn't start pushing everything out until maybe like early 2000s. That's when maybe I said maybe about 2002 or 3 after I had my website. It's not up yet, because that was in 2000s. That was a couple decades of 2000s. Yeah, I'm currently doing music now. Currently DJing. I'm getting back into traveling. Music production. I just released another EP on Moves and Grooves. That's my second EP on Moves and Grooves. I featured on a compilation from Theo Parrish, collaborating with DJ Kicks. And the title of the track I did is called Green Funk on the compilation. That's a beautiful compilation. If you haven't had it, you should pick it up, because a lot of good Detroit artists, new artists as well, as opposed to veteran or OG or legend artists, if you want to call it. So he has a mixture, gumbo of, new talent, old talent, and then some other talent that he decided that he wanted to put on the compilation.
Beautiful. All right. So you say you've been DJing for over 40 years. Oh, yeah. Do you remember what your first DJ set was like and how that felt to actually play?
Well, was it my first professional, or was it my first just...
Whichever one meant the most to you.
Well, both of them meant the most to me.
Okay. We can talk about both then.
Okay, that's good. The first one was my very first one, and that was for Not okay. It was a friend of mine. Now we can say girlfriend, but we wasn't dating and nothing like that. You can say like because now back when I was coming, we would say your girlfriend.
Yeah.
That was just a female friend you had that was a girl,
Right.
right? But anyways, she had a sweet 16 birthday party, and she asked me to DJ. And of course, this was with Rutgers. And so I played her birthday party. Everybody had a good time amongst our age and the parents. That's
Mm.
what was so shocking because, they usually, y'all do your birthday party and we gonna go ahead and we come out and replace whatever needs to be replaced and check up. But it was so funny because the parents started dancing,
Oh,
and
wow.
so along with the kids, so that was cool, and that was something that was really like you know intriguing to me because I already had a passion for music because of my parents. They were very heavily involved in music. When I was younger, so you know now I'm getting to that point, and now I can see like, okay, this is really something that I do enjoy, and it's something that I can wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so from that point, doing that for her, that was my very first, party in front of people.
Mm.
Because now, you can get a laptop with technology. That's different. But
Right.
with going back then and like really realizing like I could really do something. You know what I'm saying? And people really enjoying exactly the type of music I'm doing and how I'm doing it. So that was a plus. And I believe the second time was when I was older and I had the opportunity to play again at my early 20s, maybe like 21, 22. So now I'm leaving, the teenage status, and now I'm old enough to go into like bars and clubs now and rock it on a next level.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because we're adults now,
Yeah.
And that was a beautiful thing too, because now that lets me know that, from the little boy that I was doing something to now becoming a young man, that
Mm.
I could still, the passion and what I was doing, everything was on its way and it was the right way.
Okay, man. Yeah, that sounds like a good feeling. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
especially to be able to get the kids and the adults dancing at the same time, like that's no easy feat.
No, it's not. No,
Like,
no. Because think about this, and it's so funny now because when you look at the younger generation now, and then now their parents is trying to get into what their kids are. You know what I mean? As
right.
opposed, we were younger and we trying to get into what our parents were, listening to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay, speaking of parents, you mentioned that they were heavily involved in music. What did that look like as a kid coming up? Like how did that get ingrained in you? Kind of watching and observing what they were doing.
Well, it goes back to saying like with them, as me being like a little kid, my dad might be at work, mom's at home, and she's cleaning up, cooking dinner, getting, everything together. And she's playing her music on records, on the record player, while she's
Mm-hmm.
cleaning the house, while she's cooking dinner, and all of those things, right?
Yeah.
So as a little kid, you listening to that, you know what I mean? And you helping along and, and then when my dad got home, Um, he would play some of the records he would play, or if my mom would hang out with her girlfriends, and it's just me and my dad, and and he might want to put on some records, or it's just about the parents that just switching up, putting on what they wanted to feel and what records that they wanted to jam to or just vibe to. And think about what my parents was that they were not just parents that like kind of stuck on like one genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So my parents were uh, well rounded in music.
Okay.
Whether it be jazz, whether it be soul, funk, groove, disco. They listened to a lot of other artists that were um, out of their realm of listening to music. If you understand what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
you, you know what I'm saying? So, and which was a good thing because that taught me how to appreciate music that's outside of funk, jazz, groove, you know what I mean? To what I was normally the typical.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, so it just helped me grow and love music in a lot of different genres than just being stuck in one or two genres of, or this was the popular music that, we should be listening to, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. I personally feel like, especially for production, that's
Oh yeah.
incredibly
Oh yeah, that
helpful.
definitely helps. That definitely helps in production
Yeah.
because, you know, uh, yeah, it definitely helps in production because you can go in so many different directions and so many different ways, and your creativity level can be just so heightened. You know what I
Right.
mean? As opposed to just being, stuck into maybe one or two or three genres of music and then, or just one. You know what I mean?
Right. Because I've had discussions like this with hip hop producers before,
Hmm.
where, sometimes that's what people just tend to listen to. And it's like, well, if you want to make good hip hop, you can make better hip hop if you listen to more than just hip hop.
True.
So yeah, like you got to expand your palette. And
Well, and
yeah.
this what's so funny that you mentioned that is because now it's a whole totally different ball game. But back then, um, even when I was coming up, you had a lot of hip hop artists, and they started. This is like early hip hop I'm talking about.
Hmm.
They understood, you know, a lot of range of music from their parents.
Yeah.
So they could sit back and listen to their parents' records, and then they knew what certain parts to sample.
Yes.
And those records, a lot of times that they would sample, they were kids coming up listening to those samples that have been great samples in those older records. You
Yes.
get what I'm saying? To where now they have made hits out of them, and some of those hits are still decades strong.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Yeah. It's kind of funny. One of the first rap songs that I remember my mom kind of liking was when Run DMC collaborated with Aerosmith.
yeah, prime
Like
example,
yeah,
prime
yeah,
example, prime
yeah,
example, and that was that was. See, once you started getting off into that, then that was when they did that, that was a experimental
yeah,
project for them. And
yeah.
that was the reason why that was, I think, one of the iconic songs from them is because they wanted to branch out their sound. So it's almost kind of like we building and making noise in the U.S.
Mm.
and we want to have our sound and our act get exposed to a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's about growing. So they couldn't just come with like, the regular stuff. So they had to come with some rock to add a lot of more flavor into. It's about being versatile sometimes. You can't always just stick with the same thing.
Right.
And that's what I'm saying about is being exposed to so many different type of music that you can understand how you can move, if that makes sense.
Yeah. That's a really
You
good
know?
way to put that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, because I think that a lot of the producers that are more successful actually understand that. So, and having those conversations and trying to get people to, dream a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have
it's
to.
really cool that yeah.
Yeah, you have to, because that's the only way that that's the only way you're gonna elevate.
Yeah.
You have to dream bigger, and you have to have the passion. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And if you don't have a passion for it, you're not going to dream better. You're not going to dream bigger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could say, well, I made these beats and I'm making beats and everybody like your beats is hot, but how are you getting the people around you and beyond to hear your beats, to understand your beats, to say that, yeah, you hot.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and especially by absorbing more, it kind of gives you a little more texture, which kind of helps you stand out. Because there are a lot of people making beats these days. So how do you get people to listen to you? If you're still doing the same thing that everybody else is doing, then you're
Exactly.
not going to stand out.
So I have a quote for you.
All right.
The quote is, if you have more, you can do more. See what I'm saying? So if you have, the more you have around you and the more you observe, the more you can do better. Because you have so many options to go in whatever direction you want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like with me, if I wake up in the morning and I'm feeling like kind of jazzy, mellowy, you know what I mean? So I might do a jazz or, something on that. If I get up and I'm hype and this and that, or if I'm feeling that way, I'm making a hype track. I'm making a uppity dance track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm not just, okay, I'm getting up and I'm gonna make a track and it's just gonna be, I just made that track.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what I try to get a lot of people to understand is that, okay, you can make a track. That's making the track. But when you really put more of your creativity and your passion into your track, you start to understand and let people understand where you're coming from and how you come in. You know what I mean? And then everything else, falls into play.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Could you talk a little bit about, so you started with DJing, and then once you expanded into production, what was that particular transition like for you? Was it, just inspiration struck? Like, how'd you begin to produce after you started DJing?
Okay, well, I'm gonna tell you this. Production, while I was DJing, it was always there, but it wasn't as serious at the time because I was so caught up into DJing, and I'm here, there on DJing. But I was still working and developing, you know what I mean, my production situation, because I had a lot of my peers that were getting on to that. And they were like, yo, dog, you need to follow this flow. But I'm like, I feel you, but no, I'm into the DJ flow still. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then once I started seeing them start really putting projects together and start building and start, elevating on that next level, I was like, whoa, maybe this is something I need to really look at again. And, and it worked out,
Yeah.
It worked out because I saw that and, they tapped me on the shoulder, you know what I mean? Because they ain't really have to say this because man, it's the funny thing about it, y'all, woo, that era after Juan, okay, we're going to say this. In that era with Juan, Kevin, Eddie, Greg, Juan, all the Belleville three, Juan, Kevin, Derek. Then you got Craig. Then you got Eddie Folks, Blake Baxter, and the list goes on. But it stopped after them, and they should have been, because they had a whole bunch of soldiers and a whole bunch of people that was under them that they should have brought on. That was sweet. But now, over time, them people still are gonna break through, and they have broke through. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the generation of the next generation outside of the big three, outside of their generation, the next generation was Three Cheers. Yeah, so that's my generation. Okay. And that's our generation. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, Kenny, Theo, Marcellus, Rick Will Height, we all knew each other. Gary Chandler's, all of them we saw what was going on, and we was a whole totally different beast that was coming next, the next wave that the world and they wasn't seeing. They didn't see until they saw. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's how, all of that, you know what I'm saying? All of that spawns in, I guess, a periodical time, as things elevate and things move on.
You said, yeah, you said they didn't see until they saw. I kind of want to slow walk that one a little bit because, on social media, you see people often complaining about people from where they're from not appreciating their artistry. Everybody always blames it on their city, but if you notice, every single city says it. So, if you could.
No, not to cut you off, but you want to know why every city says it?
Because it's universal. But yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Sister. There you go, sister.
It's because universal.
It happens in every situation that is happening in. And it takes people to come together to say, you know what? F that.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say the original, I'm going to be light with it, but, F that. Because now we can't worry about that. Right. We got to worry about the future. That's the past. Yeah. That's why I have no problem. I told you that from day one when I first met you, and you told me you was working on beats.
Yeah.
You hear me? And do you remember what I told you?
I do.
All right. And look where you at. And look what you're doing. You get what I'm saying? That's the positiveness that we need to pass on to the younger generation or just to our peers, period, to wake this situation up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because we have a lot of great talent in all of our pockets.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck if it's just Michigan. I don't care if it's Ohio. I don't care if it's New York. I don't care. Even if overseas. I don't care if it's even South Africa. Look at how South Africa is coming now.
Yes.
Wasn't nobody even thinking about South African dealing with this house music or whatever genre and how all these other genres they are coming up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nobody saw that. I seen it, but nobody saw that until it was actually laid down.
Yeah.
Look at all these people in Japan. They following us from hip hop
Yeah.
to our culture
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying, to house music to techno. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then now, once they figure they have locked down or got a certain mass of followings or doing certain things, that now they figure they can change what they started off with and then leave us to be floating out in the sea.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
Been
saying?
seeing a lot of that lately.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's because we have become laxed, and that's because we have become loose, and we have allowed them to come into our hookup on being genuine, thinking that the genuine is going to be reciprocated back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's almost kind of like you invite somebody to come over, and now they see how you living and they see how you doing ish, and then now they taking it and now they running with your ish, and then now they blowing up, and you like, I wasn't even trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's what a lot of this situation and everything is looking at now, today's time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of people need to get back into that RAM, because once you have a lot of those people get back in that RAM, we can control what's going on, and we can take back or at least have some type of control.
Yeah.
To, make things go forward the right way.
Absolutely. Man, I feel like this 30 minutes went by so fast, a little too fast. So I'd like to just throw it out there. I want to do a part 2 with you again sometime soon.
You do part 2, part 5, I don't care, baby.
I love it.
It's good.
So yeah, but before we wrap up, I want to make sure that everybody knows where they can follow you, keep up with what you got coming up, because you said you got some more releases. So yeah, if you could reiterate that, what we could get from you and where we can find it.
Okay, so right now I have 21 releases, and that's proud to say. But at the same time, I'm long overdue for an album, so I might have to do some Tupac-ish and do a double album. But,
Yes.
because the thing of it is, I've been out here and I just love the music so much, and I've just been, just trying to get my music and my vibe and everything out into the world, to where like I ain't thought about an album. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And the tracks accumulated up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got to do a double album. So, but outside of that, our album is coming, and then and amongst other things, I have a birthday party next year. It'll be my 55th. I'm sorry, 55th. Be my 55th birthday. And that's a
Mhm.
milestone. That's a
Yes.
milestone. But it's going to be a TV on Grand River in Detroit. And then I'm doing the following Monday a part two, which I'm glad that my birthday month is very short because I party all the month of my birthday. So part two will be at the Woodbridge Pub in Detroit again. Um, I will be playing that party. I will be playing like old school funk groove, soul type of thing, vinyl. Uh, these two young brothers, they are approaching maybe 20 some years that they've been doing this.
Wow.
It's been off the chain. It's free. TV, which will be February 7th, which is actually my birthday. And so I got a good lineup for that. And, hey, 2025 is going on, it's popping. I'm going to continue putting out music and, hopefully I get in contact with Joe and we'll be doing something again,
Yes.
because now they got it up and popping. Because the time they brought me up, it was good up and popping at the time they brought me up for my birthday. But I'm so proud of them because they have been a tight knit for me to move and provide something in Kalamazoo that's really not provided. It was provided, but it was kind of like, okay, it's starting to slow down, but now it's coming back and it's coming back very beautiful. And I'm so glad that I knew them and know them, and the fact that I showed them that this is how I do stuff in Detroit. And then and brought them in on that to experience that. And now they can take that and bring it to you guys up in Kalamazoo.
So beautiful.
with their late night social event. That's Detroit.
Okay.
That is Detroit. And they are bringing it up. And I just wish that everybody tunes in, you tunes in, them, y'all work together. Y'all, that'll be my happiness. You hear me?
Yes.
Y'all intertwine together and y'all get a big syndicate up there and make it happen. That's the beauty that I want to see.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
You hear me?
Yes.
Hey, y'all pull it together. Y'all got the workspace. Y'all got the crowd. Y'all got the connections. Make it happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Make it happen on what you want to do and who you pulling in and what they do. And y'all can do it on separate different nights. If it's not gonna, you can combine a night or you can do different nights.
Yeah.
But that's what y'all need up there because y'all are very in tune with music up there on all levels. All levels.
Yeah.
I mean, and especially the K-Zoo, y'all got it and y'all know it's just about y'all putting the pieces together like chess and working it out to where all of y'all can thrive up there and be beautiful.
Yes. I appreciate that for sure. It's rich here. The music culture is deep. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I already know. I know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You know how many times I've been up there.
Yeah.
And it ain't just because my daughter up there and she went to school and now she's staying up there, but I enjoy y'all, period. I
Yes.
enjoy the hell out of y'all. Oh man, for real. And everybody like, well, hey man, when you going back up there, can I go? No, don't worry. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Y'all
Say this
doing
is my
good.
adopted city, right?
Yes, there you go. And then I
Uh,
can choose who to bring on either side or whatever. So if you need what you doing, if you want to do some hip hop or whatever, I make sure I bring the right guys up there. And with Joel and them all them, I make sure. You hear me?
yeah, that'd be dope.
That's what's up.
All
Because I love
right.
all of y'all up there. For real. I love K2, man. Y'all the ish.
Yeah, it's
Y'all
mutual.
always
We
been
love
ish.
you too.
Yeah, y'all always been there. Even when I was younger. And hearing, my older peers talk about K-Zoo. Like, oh, man, we going up to K-Zoo. What's K-Zoo? Thinking it's a zoo up there. And I didn't know it was Kalamazoo. That was a legit name for y'all.
Yeah. I had a
I'm
friend tell
thinking
me
it's a
once,
zoo.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah,
it sounds like a place that got koalas.
right. I'm like, a zoo?
Yeah.
In Michigan? I'm tired of Detroit Zoo. I'm tired of Belle Zoo. That ain't it. I know what zoo y'all talking about. No, then I get up there. Oh, this is zoo. They are partying. It's totally type of,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Well, yeah, I just want to thank you again. Can you drop your socials real quick so that way everybody can know where to follow you?
Um, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of this. RayBone Jones. You can Google RayBone Jones and YouTube, but you have to play with it.
Mm,
And this is what it is when you play with it. You have to play with my name because certain things will come up a lot more when
mm.
you because I dropped the DJ name off of Ray Bone. So instead of DJ Ray Bone, I'm Ray Bone Jones, and I've been that for a while because of this technology situation going on. Everybody's calling themselves DJ, so I didn't want to. But if on YouTube, play with my name, you can do DJ Ray Bone, you can do a space, whatever. But however you play, or you can put in Ray Bone Jones, however, whatever, which one comes up the most on YouTube, you got it. Uh, Spotify, I'm on everything, baby,
Okay.
everything. You know what I mean?
Awesome.
But if people want to just pull me up, you just have to kind of play with my name. That's all, because certain things, when you switch certain things on social media or in the media,
Oh, yeah.
sometimes it take a while for everybody to be like, oh, he changed that or he took that off or whatever. You know what I mean? But you can catch all of my information on that. I just got on TikTok, and my daughter's clowning me. She's clowning me because she's already like, "Dad, you supposed to be on this. You supposed to be on that." You know how she is.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know. Dad, you've been doing this for this and I'm doing this and that, this and that. I mean, Dad, and you stuck. But yeah, so just play with my name on all social platforms, and you got me.
All
You know,
right.
if you Google me, all that stuff overseas and then all that stuff is gonna pull up.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you again. I'm already looking forward to next time.
All right, and then maybe the next time, I have my hair cut and we can do a video.
Yes, we'll do that next time. Cameras on.
Maybe I could be in the studio and play around with us some too.
Oh, that'd be beautiful. Yeah.
Right,
Okay, we're gonna have to do that sooner rather than later.
right. That's what's up.
Yeah. All right, that's a wrap for this episode of Instrumental Intel. I've been your host, music producer, Chick with Beats. And once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank my special guest, RayBone Jones. And of course, I'd like to thank my home station, Grander Radio, out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. And I will see you in the new year, so you know where to find me. Till next time, tune in, tell a friend. I'll see you then. Peace.